How's it going, everybody? This is Rich with Wolverine Airsoft to answer all of your questions about the MTW AK. Before I get started here, just gonna make a couple real quick comments. This is a prototype version, so there are some things that are not quite like you'll see on the production version, so don't worry about that too much. It's fairly similar, but you got some holes in some places that aren't gonna be there on the production version. And then this is also the one that Brandon used in the launch video, and just like in the video, our rail isn't connected. Anyway, it's all good. You'll get the idea. It's a prototype, and we're going to walk you through some of the features and cool things that we have on this platform. So, questions. What is the hop-up looking like? Is it going to be MTW one, or is it going to be different? It is an MTW rotary hop-up. Take a look inside here. Right there. Standard MTW rotary hop-up, so should work with any of the aftermarket options available. Will this be available with a side optics rail mount on the receiver body? The first one does not have the side optics rail mount. Could you do it in the future? Could we do one in the future that does? Sure, we could do one in the future that does. I love it, but all of the steel, all I can see is rust. Welcome to the AK platform. I believe in the AK world, they call this patina. The MTW AK does have a variety of different surface finishes on different parts, similar to the real AK, designed to minimize corrosion. But it is steel. If it gets wet or it just is humid, it's gonna be like there's parts that are gonna try to rust, and you're gonna have to keep up with oiling it. That's just part of the deal with AKs. If you want an actual well-built steel version, we call it character. Nice, a pre-converted LCT AEG. Actually, no, this is not an AEG receiver set. If you try to put it together with AEG parts, you will be sorely disappointed. It won't fit. The receiver is actually the correct length. It is not AEG length, which is longer. It uses real steel grips. The front trunnion and engine chassis are completely different. There are probably some shared parts from the AEG. The selector, the outside selector, internal selector is our own design to work with our electronics. But is the outer barrel made out of steel? Yes, it is. BLINC FCU shot counting for empty mag detection is very nice function. Hope ordinary BLINC will get this update also. Response on that has been super positive. People have really liked that feature. So good chance you'll be seeing that at some point in the future. And all the BLINC boards have the ability for us to roll out firmware through Bluetooth. So we can make those updates if we want to. Really nice feature of the BLINC infrastructure. Will there be an unleashed version of the AK? Don't know exactly when the unleashed version would be available, but it's something that could easily be done because it is an MTW spec platform. If you don't want to wait for some unspecified time in the future when we may do an unleashed, you can always put on the Wraith for MTW stock yourself. It's a quite easy install. What's the weight of the replica? I believe it's about 6 pounds. Which mags will it use? We have tested with a wide range of mags. I don't know every single version we've done, but we've tested it with LCT mags, E&L mags, Mag brand, S&T. To my knowledge, all of those worked. There was one that it was unhappy with. That I don't remember the brand off the top of my head, but fairly good mag compatibility so far, but we don't have a full list yet of every single mag that it will and will not work for. Generally speaking, if the mag works on the LCT version, AEG, then mag should work here. It's not quite 100% true because there are some design differences, but the specs are fairly similar in terms of the lip and latch and feed tube are all going to be very comparable. But we'll share more information once we get full compatibility information available. When is the Recoil version coming? You're gonna hear this over and over again. There are lots of possibilities for the future. Right now, this is the version we're launching with. We gotta get this out and finished up and in people's hands, and then we'll take feedback on what people like, what they want different, and then we'll continue improving our products as we always do, continuing to improve the products and offerings. Would you be able to put this system on the LCT VSS? So to be clear, this is not an LCT AEG body that's just, we've thrown some parts into. This is our own proprietary receiver design. We are sourcing some parts from LCT and have some LCT compatibility things in there, but this is not one of their receiver sets, so I can't just like buy VSS bodies and throw our engines in there. We don't really do AEG converted to HPA built in-house. We do support aftermarket for people that want to build different models. If it's an MTW, it is not just an AEG that has had an engine put inside it and shipped. It is a ground-up built dedicated HPA platform, and that's what this is. Super sick, good idea to go LCT spec since they have so many parts available. Right, so handguards are LCT spec. And again, we're gonna say this over and over again. You'll see it in our documentation. You're gonna see it when we talk about videos. Anybody that has worked on AKs, whether real steel or airsoft, parts are not as compatible. The spec is not as consistent as AR-based stuff. So when we say it's compatible, often that means it's compatible with a little bit of encouragement. So that is, you know, anybody that's been around the AK platform knows that's just how it is. Real steel, airsoft, it doesn't really matter. But the interface in theory is exactly the same interface as LCT. So if the handguards work on LCT, then the handguards should work on the AK MTW. Is there going to be different barrel lengths? Not right off the bat. We'll see what the future holds, but right now we're doing one version, AK MTW 105. Inner barrel length and bore, please. It is the same exact inner barrel and hop-up configuration as our 14-inch MTW, which I think is a 380 millimeter 6.05. Is it somehow compatible with LCT wooden parts, stock included? So the front handguards should work. We talked about that. The stock, the answer again is not right this minute. We are launching with this version to start with, and in the future we could do different adapters. It's one of the reasons that we have chosen to go with a bolted design as opposed to a riveted design. There's no vibration or, you know, whatever need for having the whole receiver riveted, and so having things bolted gives you the ability to change parts in the future if we want to. Again, part of sort of the modular training weapon design philosophy, that if we come out with a fixed stock adapter or whatever else, which we are looking at doing a fixed stock version, then we would be able to swap those out in the future, have stuff interchangeable if people want to change out and configure their gun differently. But for now, what we have available is this version right here. Does it take the Picatinny stock adapter? Yes, our standard Picatinny stock adapter will bolt right on. No problem. So if you want to do that and throw on any Picatinny stock option there, it's easy to do. Hang on, it's not April. No, it's not April. This is actually happening, guys. Is the AK 1-to-1? I'm sure there are some dimension that is not exactly like the real one because it's an airsoft gun, but overall scale, the receiver is actually the correct dimension. It's not AEG length, it is actually real steel length. But yes. What dust cover fit? At least some real steel dust covers will work. This is not AEG length receiver, so it doesn't fit AEG length dust covers. They're about 5 millimeters difference in length. One we have tested just because it's kind of a personal favorite. We'll throw up a picture of it. It's a real nice CNC machined Picatinny dust cover, hinged at the front, works really nice, and it does work on this platform. So I don't know about gas blowback. In theory, a lot of the gas blowbacks are supposed to be real steel length as well. Maybe that means some of them fit. I haven't tested them yet, so we'll figure it out together. When is the AK coming out? My money is hot and ready to go. Where things stand right now are that we have gone through and built a pilot batch out of 20 guns that are supposed to be production spec. I found a few minor things to work through in the pilot batch, as always happens, and now we're going back through the production batch and making revisions, adjustments where needed, so that everything will be ready to go at that point. We are targeting starting shipping sometime in the April to May time frame. If everything continues on schedule, we should be able to hit that. We aren't going to rush things on release, though. If stuff comes up and we have to take some more time to get stuff right, that's what we're going to do. And keep in mind, even if we hit that, that's when we start shipping. It doesn't mean we will have shipped all of our pre-orders by that point. And even if we had shipped all of our pre-orders by that point, it doesn't mean they will have arrived at your particular dealer. Your dealer will have gotten them into inventory and informed you and shipped it to you by that point. So keep that in mind. Our target start ship date is end of April through May is what we're trying to hit. All right, guys, so that has been the Q&A for the brand new AK MTW 105. The feedback on this has been phenomenal so far. Lots of pre-orders in. We are working hard on getting things finished up and ready to actually go through the production line. And if you want all the details on that and the follow-up emails to keep you abreast of how things are progressing and any potential changes in schedule or anything like that, sign up for updates at, what is it, Brandon? It's www.wolverineairsoft.com/MTWAK. MTWAK. No hyphens or anything? Okay. And then there's a sign-up link there that you can request updates so that you can be kept abreast of all of this as we get this out in people's hands. I'm excited about it. This has been in the works a long time, and I'm just gonna tell you guys, here's a little secret. At least once, when you guys said on Live from the Den that you asked when we were gonna do an AK, and I said, oh, don't worry, it's just sitting in the corner over there. It was literally just sitting in the corner over there. Now, that doesn't mean that every time I say that, it's true. That's the whole point. But at least once, it was true. It was literally sitting right there, a prototype of the MTW AK. I can't wait to get this out to you guys. And as always, guys, we will see you guys out on the field.